So welcome back, guys. Again, Courtney. We just had some text about crime. Tell us what the text them saying. Obviously,
The
people
text are coming here that says, "Good night, good show. I'm a Tolian. Please touch on crime. All media is too quiet on that serious thing. It goes along with tourism." That's true.
Yeah.
We got another text that came in that says, "Tatola needs lighting from east to west, especially Road Town. It causes crime. Town is like a dark hole." I have a colleague who keep on saying that to me over and over again, that we have to seriously look at lighting the corners, especially the pedestrian walks. I think the pedestrian walks need to be lit properly. I think the whole street lighting, the idea of putting a light on a pole close to the pole, I think gone are those days in the Virgin Islands. I think we have to get proper. The fixture itself needs changing. We need to look at proper lighting. Some work has been done on the highway. I must admit that some work has been done on the highway, and a section of it seems a lot brighter. However, we still have to advocate for better lighting from east to west. This is 2012, and we have to improve. You know, it's going to improve the traffic, is going to improve the quality of the road system that we have for the visitors, and also for us, the local people who drive here. So let's do some work and bring up the quality of the road system. I also think that the crime situation, as a person mentioned, is something that really needs some attention. On the show more than one time already, I asked for this thing that we have in our Constitution. Well, part of our Constitution that there's a group of people who are supposed to meet and plan strategy to combat crime, and they're supposed to come to the public regularly and say to the public what they're doing and what they want the public to do. The public have to play a role in this whole crime situation, and we are not hearing anything from the Security Committee.
Security Council.
The Security Council.
I saw something from the governor office. The governor soliciting people to comment online. I guess there's a form to fill out online to talk about crime.
But the commissioner of police, the governor, the premier, and a number of other persons are part of this thing. And it has to be a uniform effort. It has to be an effort where people feel that something is being done, and also they're hearing that something is being done, and also they're being asked to do certain things.
Yeah.
Because that's the way how you combat something that's as serious as crime. You have to take it on, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I'm saying I think...
and it's affecting our young people. I mean, I was thinking about it, Sam, and anytime you have a set of laws in place, and the only people who get locked up is the young people, something is wrong. Something is drastically wrong.
Yeah.
You can't say all the young people are devious people. I wouldn't go along with that at all. We can't put laws in place only to lock up young people.
Yeah.
It can't work.
Yeah.
And I think we have to seriously have a conversation about crime. And we have to figure out ways to deal with the situation and ways to address the issues, and it has to be a holistic idea. We have to hear from Anegada, Joshua Dyke, Virgin Gada, everybody. We can't just depend on just the people who talk. We have to hear from people who don't talk as well. They have to come forward and talk now.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing that only when crime is in your family and at your door, when you really begin to speak out about it. But I think it's beyond that now. I think it's to the point where everybody's affected by it. Yeah. So we need to have a serious discussion on it, and we'll see tonight if anybody is so bold to call and say anything about it. We know, in addition to that, we also have right alongside with the crime situation is the overcrowding situation at the prison. We're seeing in the news too that they've expanded the holding capacity of the prison. So now they have more holding capacity, but is that the answer? You know, is that the answer? We still have a number of persons being held in the prison who haven't had any trial. You know, and then from the way we're going, case management look like it's very difficult. And it's something that we need to talk about, because I was listening to the news the other day, and I think in some one of our Caribbean states they're talking about if somebody's on remand from either 8 to 12 years without any trial, they're going to just let a person go.
Wow.
You know, because that is unfair. That is beyond any kind of justice. You can't just lock up people and not have any trial.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think
we want to be in a democracy.
Yeah, I think the effort. I saw some news clip just the other day, and I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it right now.
Yeah.
Where I think the governor's office is soliciting ideas, and they have an online thing right now encouraging people to be a part of the whole crime prevention thing. So I agree with you. Conversation, we need a lot of conversation. We need a lot of guidance to help some of our young people to really understand that, you know, crime overall affects all of us.
Yeah, but
it affects us locally, and it affects us, you know,
internationally,
so,
because people listen on the people read on the internet, and they listen to what's happening in the country, and based on those decisions, they decide whether they're going to go here or go there. You know, a lot of people wouldn't want to go to the Middle East right now for whatever reason, right? And similarly, you know, if we create a situation that's adverse to tourism, people are not going to come. And we're going to have to spend a lot of money to get rid of that negative attitude. Right? It's just like when we have a hurricane. When we have a hurricane and the news media get up there and say the Virgin Islands is devastated by a hurricane. We have to go there and we have to sell the Virgin Islands to convince people that yes, we are back up and running.
Yeah, and we should be doing that now anyway.
Yeah, we should be doing it. Yeah, but it costs money. It costs money to do these things, right?
A lot of money. And that also leads us right now to where we are as far as tourism. Right now, our tourism numbers are down. And part of the reason why the numbers are down is because people always think this time of year could be bad for us, but then the rest of the Caribbean, some of them, the bigger islands, are experiencing a boom in their tourism product, and they're the same ones that get hit worse than we do, but they do spend a lot of money. Anytime they get hit, especially like Jamaica, anytime you see Jamaica get any kind of storm, they go to work, man. They're PR people, they're tourism people. I must say they have a really strong campaign when it relates to tourism. But then also the people who own the businesses are very involved, much involved in marketing and selling, and then encouraging their customers to come back. You're fine, everything is okay, come on back and enjoy the island. So
well, Sam, we also missed an opportunity during the summer and the period after the summer before the tourist season start. We could invite friends and family to come to our islands, and the hotels that are closed up, not having anyone in them could lower the rates, and you know there's a number of things that could be done to encourage tourism. But it has to be a unified effort. And it has to be planned and organized properly. And I think it would be more beneficial to do that rather than just sit around and say that the tourism is down.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I was just saying I was over in King Garden Bay yesterday and talking to some of the people over there, and I understand that, you know, first of all, they had some meeting with the Minister for Conservation and so forth, and Deputy Premier, looking at some things that has been affecting King Garden Bay for a while, and I'm glad to see that. I'm hoping that those things will be addressed. You know, the runoff into the pond, and the pond into the ocean, some of the sewage situation. You go down there, sometimes the water's a little murky. You really don't know what's happening. So I think it's great, but you know, that person I was talking about, some of the things the people of King Garden Bay can be doing on their own. in collaboration with whatever program the tourist board may have. The guy said to me he's not sure what the tourist board program is, but I know the tourist board is working hard. There's no doubt. But it needs to be somebody or some entity that could constantly, outside of the tourist board I'm talking about. Tourist board is fine, but it can't be tourist board because tourist board does not mandate to sell anything. They mandate to foster and promote. You know what I mean? That's in the law. What this country needs is somebody, some company, to sit down from November, December, January, February, and start pulling together the ideas and the resources and the deals, the packages, and start bombarding the people who most likely to come here. Buy those names, you could buy them. You know, sell to the same people who were here the year before. Take the names of the people who've been in the hotel around those times and start marketing. We used to have a stronger off-season. We don't have any strong off-season now because for whatever reason, that's not happening. And people think, you know, I remember when I was on the tourist board, I had this debate with the folks who were running the tourist board that we have this thing called where you try to convert cruise passengers to overnight. Right? And we do a one-day thing. We do a one-day thing, and the people who are running it said to me, well, we do it. We do a one-day thing, and it's fine. No, it's not fine. You got 200,000, you got 100,000 people coming in here for the whole year. If somebody comes in January, you might not see him again to the next year. But what happened to all the people between January and August? You got to continue to put things in their hand as well. So now you have a group of people between a certain time of year who all now have the message, who can take it back. A, they can capitalize on it themselves, or they can sell it to someone else. And that's what we don't understand. You got tourism and marketing has to be a continuous thing. It has to be an everyday thing. And it can't, and like I said, Courtney, it can't be the tourist board because the tourist board don't have the money, they don't have the resource, and they don't have the time to do these things for whatever reason because of how the tourist board is structured. The tourist board is structured to mandate, foster, and develop. But part of that foster and part of that development has to be an everyday thing. It's just the same reason why you send your kid to school every day. You can't send your kid to school Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he stays at home. Every day is a new subject. Every day is a new topic. Every day is a new course. Every day is another set of math problems. And we develop. It's the same concept, the same thing we got to think about tourism. When we're going to go out and sell, when we're going to go out and market. You imagine a supermarket so only sells soap in one day? What's going to happen to the rest of the days? You're going to run out of soap?
Yeah, Sam, we got a couple of texts. Let's see if I could get to them.
I got a few written down here too, but you read those that.
It says Virgin Garden needs a city manager badly.
Yeah, we heard that before, Courtney.
Yeah.
Well, we got one now in Tortola. Ms. Bratwitt, I think she can do a good job. So,
somebody said we got to stay without food to pay light bill. How can we buy solar heater? The system killing the struggling man.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
That was a text in reference to the minister, encouraging people to use solar heater.
Calling a different cell phone carrier for a local call is too expensive. That is one of the issues with the telecom people right now, right? I agree with that. The laws are not just to lock up young people. Parents are no longer parents, and thus the young people are wild and loose. We're going to go back to that text, but we're going to go straight to the phone. Good evening, you're really speaking, man. Go right ahead, please.
Good night again.
Good night.
How are we doing, Mr. DiCastro?
Man, we're doing fine. How about you?
I'm fine. I just want to call and speak about social development because they have a way how they come towards us. Like, I speak to mothers that have a lot of children. That they would come and ask you questions like, how much children you have? And you tell them I don't speak for myself, so how much room do you have too? And they're looking at you like, that's a problem. And I feel what they need, if you ask them about problems, come up with solutions. Form a little committee, and you go around and find out about all these mothers here, what have all these children, and say, man, to the government, look, we need to at least build some little small little income room to help them show them models with these children. Don't make it look like people is criminal because they rent in place and the place just got 2 rooms.
But then not only that, Carla, they could have a registry. They could tell them to come in and register with the social development.
Yeah, but don't make it look like people is criminal in them kind of models, is bad models in them kind of thing because you got 2 children. How much bed them come in your house to see how much beds you have. Man, my grandfather brother had 19 children, couple little room. You hear them and let people speak about what kind of bed them sleep on in their time. All of them coop up in one room in one bed. All of them may go up and go together and the love more stronger than how we coming up now.
You're right. There's a lot of changing dynamics with what we're doing, and I think it's something to talk about. I think it's something that we should dialogue about right now.
And jumping up, looking and want to come in your house and see one in your house and see in bed. All them things they say is irrelevant. You understand? Just like how they come up with a thing where they say they feel that some of the seniors them needed a little help home. They provide people to come, caretakers to come along and help them people.
Yes.
You don't think women with 7 and 8 children need help in the home too? You know the amount of work I have to do every 3 days, how much trash bag of clothes I got to wash, how much dishes I got to wash up.
Yes,
it is too much mothers than doing it too. I sit down with a lot of mothers who have children like me have the same complaint.
Well,
stop harassing us.
I hope help is on the way.
We're walking around with future leaders here with us. Lawyers, doctors, politicians, we got them.
You're not lying about that. The children are the future for the country. You can't tell what the development of a child will be in the next couple of years. Anyone can rise to the top.
Stop up and looking at us as if we're some kind of bad person. We produce 7 children. Half of them who get numb, them going to slaughterhouse and training them, but we bringing them.
So, Carla,
have a good night.
Well, before you go, Carla, you think that that other people are being scrutinized like that? I'm sure there are people who come here from other places who have 6 and 7 people living in one apartment building as well. You think they're scrutinizing them as well?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just want to hear your opinion on that. I don't think so either.
When that worker talked to me, she wanted to know how much who I get my children with when I marry. All my personal business. I told her and telling me about going out there to get job. I said, Miss, God give me enough talent to be home to send for myself. I've been out there 17 years. My job is home taking care of my children to make sure that they're going to be put up with the society. My children may not remember they working hard. They don't remember the time they spend with me. So if it's a little bit of time and a little bit of life I have, they don't remember the little bit of time they have with me. And you know my children them caught me. You see them knitting in. Come by me, come see them wash, come see them cook.
You press on, man. You press on. You don't study the haters.
No, but I feel like the entity don't have nothing good to do. They need to shut them because they need to come with new ideas so they can help people like we. Not don't press us. Don't press to press and oppress us. You have a good night.
All right, thanks for that input tonight. Sam, she's making a serious comment about our social development in a country where because of how prosperous we have been so far, we've developed a lot of social issues. And with those social issues, we need some. I don't know whether it's reformatting or restructuring or something. We need to do something. Good evening. You're speaking mind. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
How you doing, man?
We're doing fine. How about you?
I think Sam just make a good thing on tourism.
Okay.
So, it's amazing how technology can watch you guys on the phone live. So technology has changed.
Technology has changed.
Yeah.
And we need to change. We need to change with the technology too.
That's right. And the way to is we got to change the technology. We got to use a different way of marketing. We have The type of people who are traveling no more is the people between 30 and 50. And those people are more computer down on Facebook and,
But Carla, as you talking right now, maybe somebody in some part of the world is watching us right now on their phone as well, and they're getting the message over. So we need to get all people to understand that this is the way to go. Use the media.
That's right.
Use the media.
I want to say something. The concept, we have the boat concept of turning overnight cruise ship passenger into overnight passenger. But I come to realize in life, if there's not how should I say, if there's not an interest in what the cruise is, people look at it negative. And they don't see the positive.
And it's bad. I don't know if I should say it, but I think it's a missed opportunity.
Yes. Let me tell you something. One of the things that I believe that the other thing I would want to say with you guys on that show, I can say this thoroughly. I think you guys need to invite the people who are tourism sector, you think, and have like a discussion of people, because it's not what you can discuss behind.
Wait, I'll let you continue. I only want to say, anytime you get a chance, right, and you see the ministers them of government and the people who are running these departments, you let them know that this show is always open to any of them. And let me tell you something. I want to say this is going to be a bit controversial. They're scared. All of them are scared to come on the show and represent. So it's not us. They know. They're invited. It's always open. This show is open so the politicians them and the policymakers them and the people who are spearheading department head can always come and tell the people them, update the people them as to what they're doing. So continue. Whenever you see them, you let them know that they're always welcome, and they know that.
Well, the whole idea, because tourism affects 60% of the population, people need to understand what's happening within the industry. A lot of times people don't understand exactly what's happening. All of them are going day to day. People prepare for the future, and they need to understand how the government is approaching them, because the government has a lot of data and information and stuff that they collect, and the people need to be educated. You don't have to go deep in a lot of stuff, but you need to prepare people for the structure that they're involved in, understanding how to shift and how to do your business, to approach and what's happening, what we're doing, what we're looking for.
You know, Carla, you're really hitting the nail on the head. That I thought about that the other day as well, and that is something that we as a people need to do, and we need to start it right away. We need to start it right away. One of the disconnects with young people right now is they don't know what they're inheriting, and if you don't know what you're inheriting, you have no value to it.
Well, let me tell you something, Sam. On that note of the cruise passenger, I come to realize that the high-end ship for the claiming to come here, people on those cruises, they're going to spend anything like 2 people, like 3,000 or 3,500 or 4,000, 5,000. Those people can come and stay in 1 hour hotels. But we look at it negatively. All the program I think we need to put in place where we need to we have some nice hotels, we have dinner, we have many other things that we offer. We need to get that information at the cruise pay, where we can put it in a format where we can sell the information or give information out. And if you enjoy one day, there's many, you can enjoy 7 days or even more on a vacation. You can see, give information about sailing, because a lot of people come on those cruise ships, comes back. I don't know how much percent, I think it could be 3 or 4%, comes back, have been here before, stayed on this island, and we didn't sell it. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand it, also in our season. The problem is a lot of our small property are disconnected from the industry in the sense of what's happening. Sometimes some of these small property does not know how to structure themselves to get the business. So they need information that is collected from the industry to help them understand where how to go, even when we reach the point of after April, into September, how you need to structure yourself, where you need to put package in place, or cheaper rate, or half a little rental in between, and tie it in and make it sound interesting, give it a good, you know what I'm saying, put a good spin.
Let me help you. They need to market themselves. They need to lower the rates. They need to invite people to bring their friends and their family here.
Well, like I say, so many things, but I would like to see more of a dialogue from that side, from the show, give people a little more education on what's happening for the future.
But
Continue to keep up the good work.
don't forget that they also have their own media station where they can promote themselves.
That's
too.
right.
I don't know if you've seen the GIS Live, so you know we're out here, we're doing what we can do, but they also have a responsibility to inform the people in a timely manner of the plans and all the aspirations that they have for the future.
Well, Carla, before you go, I just want to tell you, right, if you ever get a chance to go on the FCCA website, which is a Florida Caribbean Cruise Association website, inside that website, government agencies around the Caribbean, around the world, wherever cruise ship go, can register, and what they register for information that is very important to marketing and understanding the demographic of the people who go on these ships. There's a very large percentage of these people that go on cruise ships that used to fly into a destination, and there's people who go on a cruise ship who've never been on a cruise before, only go on the ship because they want to sample destinations. So the information, it's like a war. If you're going into a war, you got to understand your enemy.
TV now. No.
He's watching, he's talking.
Yeah, hello.
But Carla, so it's like going into a war. Before you go into the war, you got to prepare. You got to understand your enemy, and you understand the metaphor. You got to understand the type of people, their spending pattern, their habits, what they're looking for. There's a percentage of those people, millions of people go on cruise ship, but there's a percentage of them that go on the ship because they want to go to a destination. And a lot of times, they only book the ship because of the destination. So the people who are running the show in our government department, from the Ministry of Tourism to the Tourist Board, should understand. But I got to say, if you understand and you look at the approach, the aggressive approach that the Minister for Communication and Work has taken on cruise ship, it's like they understand that numbers is what matters.
Yes.
But they're looking at it only from a revenue side for government. It has to be a revenue entrepreneur side from entrepreneurship and development. You can't just think about bringing in 500,000 people, keeping them in one spot, but the government makes money. What you want is that when those people come, you have full access. The people who run hotels and villas and charter companies, ferry companies, you want to make sure that those people have access to those people as well. You want to make sure that all information, just like you just said, is continuously put in those people's hands, because that's what the ship does. All you got to do is study what cruise ship does, how they manage, how they market, how they do their business. It's the same thing we should be doing for land-based to convert those people. But like I said, I'll let you finish. But like I said, you can't do a cruise conversion program in one day. It has to be a 365-day program. Go ahead.
We see that's why we need a lot more education, because I find out that a lot of people that make decisions within this industry, they've kind of civil servant mind thinking. They're never be okay in the industry, surviving from the industry. They make a decision based on the structure that they belong to. So what happens is we don't have enough energy. We don't have that interest in this industry. Because you understand, this is where we make a living. So we understand the people, we meet the people firsthand, we talk to them, they give us some information, but we don't have the input from some of the people who make decisions to help this industry more broad. So,
we got to take a break. Well, I'll leave this with you before you hang up. All you got to do is, you sound like somebody I know, so all you got to do is every time you get a chance to be in front of the policymakers, first of all, you need to encourage them to continue to come by the cruise ships, come over on a regular basis, sit down and dialogue, understand the operation, look at the dispersion of people. The movement of people is the most important thing for our economy. If you don't have movement of people, the country gonna be stagnant. And if you take away those movement of people from those same people who are working in civil servants, and you gotta send some of them home, then they gonna understand how instrumental tourism is to their paycheck. So,
Well, I got a serious on the last note. I got to give Port Authority a high note of praise. I see them doing something very important that they have two people from their structure that greet the people when they come in. You know, want to make sure they enjoy. You know, they kind of have a little dialogue. You know, they can't speak to everybody, but it's important that you make people feel welcome to your destination.
well, I'm gonna cut you off. Those same people who are working for a port, here's a good idea as well, to tap onto that. Those same people, I see them all the time. I saw a few of them in West End today. They're empty-handed. We need some booklets in their hand that have the name, address, villas, hotel, restaurant, bars, and the government should have that. Those welcome magazine, make sure every one of them leave with a welcome magazine in their hand. Just saying hello, good afternoon, goodbye is not enough.
Well, they did it at a cruise ship. I don't know about other places they're doing it now. That's good, but we need to, we need to generate a buzz of more dialogue to get people more aware of what's happening and what they need to do.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks a lot, but we're gonna take a break. If you wanna call us back, call us back. We're just gonna take a break for a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right.